welcome to this episode of Mark Menendez Bass TV on a very special little lake with very special fish. Some fish that we don't normally see that are really, really cool. Hope to catch a couple of them on this deal. Throwing the old bug around and a couple other ways that I'm going to show you how to fish today. But I think we're going to catch some really nice fish on this episode of Mark Menendez Bass TV. Stay tuned.
Sometimes an angler gets to fish a body of water that's a true trophy destination. Mark has a special opportunity to fish Lake Z, a special reservoir that has a premium trophy F1 strain of Florida bass. These bass are mean and they get big quick. However, there's a trade-off. They can be stingy on the bite, especially post-front.
There he is. Come out there. There we go. Getting started quick. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like it when they bite it like that. Pulling. I'm gonna put the poles down. He's pulling so darn hard. All right, I'm gonna show you something extraordinarily special about this bass right here. If I can get him in, come here to me. Come here to me. Very good. Got him on the Magnum Rage Bug. Now this fish is extremely special. You can see how white this fish is. See how thick and heavy bodied this fish is. This is an F1 hybrid largemouth. It is a cross between a Florida bass and a northern largemouth. This little fish right here is probably about 3 years old. He's about 3 years old, gonna weigh somewhere around 3.5 pounds. But these F1 hybrids grow really fast. They take the genes of a Florida, the genes of a northern, and they blow up big. 3-year-old bass, that size, I'll take it any day. That was a good one. Special little critter right there. Well, I didn't even get a chance to tell you what I'm going to be fishing today because that was the first cast to a piece of cover in the lake. But today we're going to be fishing the Magnum Rage Bug. This is the big size, big brother size Rage Bug. It's bigger, it has more bulk to it, it displaces more water. This lake has got milky looking water in it, heavy green color, so it doesn't have a lot of visibility. So I want these fish to find it with vibration in the bulk of the bait. Plus there's some awfully good fish in this lake. And I'm just simply Texas rigging it. Got my bobber stop here, got a 5/16 ounce tour grade tungsten and a 5/0 straight shank Gamakatsu worm hook. And that's pretty much my normal business plan when flipping and pitching is this 5/0 hook, this whole setup. 20-pound Seaguar, a Braze X line, and a Lew's flipping stick, a Magnum heavy cover like I always love to fish. That's pretty much it. But the big bug, the Magnum Rage Bug, is the one that I'm going to rely on today. One of the things I was worried about, Florida bass do not like cold. They're very temperature sensitive. This is the first cold front of the year. It was 47 degrees this morning when I got up, but yet the main water temperature in the lake has not fallen. It's still in the 70s. So maybe as the sun gets up, they'll bite good.
Sometimes as an angler, the best place to fish is the most obvious. Mark used his Magnum structure bug and Lew's flipping stick to go after the biggest bass in the lake. So far, it's paid off. Slowly, Mark is going to pick apart some more obvious shallow cover.
Okay. That little guy got that one. Little guy. Little bitty guy. So you can see how white they are. That is that Florida bass in them. It makes them so white. That little guy was trying to get away with this big Magnum bug. There's got to be several in that tree, but he carried it off. He tried to put it in his back pocket and swim off with it. That's what he tried. One of the key presentations when dealing with Florida bass, and I call this F1 fish, this hybrid fish, a Florida fish. Don't move your bait much. On your initial cast, when I go to Florida, I let that bait lay there 10 to 15 seconds. Now, a northern largemouth is a little more aggressive in conditions like this, so you can move it a little more, but on these high bluebird conditions, these first days after front, just throw it over and let it lay for a minute. Bass will bite it more often that way. It's hard not to move it as soon as it hits the bottom. It's just hard not to do it. But every tournament I go to Florida, I have to tell myself every cast, let it sit. Let it sit. Okay, it's been sitting there 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and I'll move it just a little bit. And then I'll just go with a regular, easy, slow crawl. Just don't have to get in a hurry with these Florida fish. Oop, there's one bit it. Little guy. Little guy trying to eat the entire bug. Put it in his back pocket. Again. Special little bass. Special, special little bass. They grow up to be big ones, and I want to show you one of those big ones here in just a second. Good fish right there. Boy, he's trying to get me back in that. Goodness gracious, they are so thick in this place. When you hook one of them, it feels like he's a giant. Every time you hook one of them, you just feel like they're gigantic, but they really are. How about that? They're so thick in here. Their body, smaller fish, but I mean, he's just so thick. Every time you set the hook, it feels like a giant. All that white right there, and that Florida fish. I'm liking it. Ooh. That feels a little better. Look at that one, kids. Wow. That is a good one right there. Look at that monster. Look at that monster. Yeah, okay. Okay, come here. Come here. Cut all that craziness out. Look at this one right here. Oh my goodness. You are mine. Look at that one. Look at that one. Oh my goodness, what a bass. What a bass. What an amazing fish to be 4 years old. Look how thick that fish is, how big and heavy. What an amazing fish. This is the key to the whole thing. Look how small that mouth is. That mouth is not that big. And this is every bit of a 5 1/4 pound fish. He's 4 years old. That is what the cool thing about this is. All that pure white on him. Not mottled up much. That's the Florida in him. The heaviness is the Florida, and the frame is the northern largemouth. What a special, special fish that is right there.
This has been a Big Bass Bash at Lake Z. Not only has Mark caught big bass, but he's caught multiple ones. Again, he's keeping it simple. Black and blue swirl Magnum Rage Bug and 20-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon.
God. Did you see that? It darn near jerked the rod out of my hand. Oh my goodness, I never even turned that fish. Never even turned that fish. About broke my wrist. Made the pitch in there and switched hands, and it just went tuk. Golly. Here we're making a second pass by this piece of cover. Another one's moved up in there. Golly. That one hurt the old wrist when I set it on that. Could have been a yearling, could have been, I was so out of position, but I don't believe that was a yearling the way that line jumped. There's a bad spot. And then, oh, this is how I check for the sharpness of my hook. This one, I've caught so many fish already on it, it's dull. So regardless if you're fishing in a tournament, an elite series tournament, a club tournament, whatever, I spend a lot of time checking my line and checking my hooks. Catch 4, 5, 6 fish pretty quick, and doggone it, you will dull a hook. Now, that one 12-incher or that one 6-pounder that you're about to catch that makes a difference in your tournament or maybe your personal best, wouldn't it just be a lot easier to reach in here and get you another hook that's brand new and sharp to continue your fishing with so that you'll land that fish? Let's check this one right here. Yeah, brand new, sticky on top of my thumbnail. 5 seconds of prevention goes a long way in your productivity as an angler. That's a pretty good fish right there. It's the second time he's blown up in those minnows right there. I'm gonna drop my poles right here. I have to dodge his rock pile. I'm gonna swim that through there again. There's another one bit right there. There's the minnows right there. One bit it. That wasn't the one that bit those minnows over, that blew up in those minnows over there. I promise you that wasn't him. That wasn't him. But he bit it like he meant to. We'll go to the next rock pile over there before we go to the other good stuff. There, he's got it. Yep. Listen to that line sing. My goodness. Oh, look at that head shake. Oh, I'm just holding on, gang. Look at that one. Look at that. God, that is the strongest pulling fish I've caught in a coon's age. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. He tried to get my bug, didn't he? Look how short and fat that definition. It's football season, all right, I can tell you that. God, come here, come here, come here. Open up real pretty for the folks at home. Look at that one, guys. My goodness, look at that. Look at that tank. Look at that one's proportions. How thick he is. Little old bitty mouth. I'm just saying, I was along for the ride with that. That's all I was. What a tank that is.
It doesn't happen often, and especially with a video camera, that it all comes together just perfect. Whether in a tournament or out fun fishing, all anglers love to catch big bass. That's something these F1 Florida bass offer. It's not every day you can see results like these. The bite is slowed just a bit. The mark is head hunting for 1 or 2 more big bass.
You know, when you go to a new lake, doggone it, just fish the most obvious cover. Here's a big piece of cover right here. Got a boat dock. Another big piece of cover over there we caught some on. And just the obvious stuff is what you need to fish first. It's not hard. Bass got a brain about that big. And they're going to use what the best piece of cover for them is. Simple as that. That's what they're going to do. So just fish that obvious cover. If the obvious cover are weeds and grass, well, then and just fish your weeds and grass. Don't worry about it. Whatever the most obvious cover is, boat docks, lay down trees, rocks, that's where the majority of your bass are going to be in any given lake that you're fishing. Oh, that's a big one right there. Goodness gracious. Golly, look at that one. Oh, come here. I got him drilled pretty good with that big gam. Heck, all I can do is hold him. Come here, get away from those rocks. Oh. Get over here, big one. Come here. Oh, what? I got you. I got you. Golly. That's another big old gigantor of a fish right there. Got him right at the top of that big hook. Now that is why you change your hooks, your line, and the whole 9 yards. That's why right there. That is a thing of beauty. Another one of those great big ones. All right, here we go. Sadie, go on there and get out of here. You can tell the little ones. The little ones go boop, and they go moving off. These better fish just go, it's heavy, it's mine. I'm not moving with it. Oh, what a giant fish that was. 4-year-old bass that size. That's what makes this place so special. So special. You know, the original Rage Bug was such a different profile, different vibration, all the appendages and the texture to it, and legs, and just a perfect combination of movement, size. But what I really like about this Magnum is it's bigger. It pushes more water around. It's easier for that fish to find, but it's a thick piece of plastic, so I've got to make sure I've got that hook rigged in there just right so that I can get it through there and make that hook set. It's just a bait, and you can see little fish will bite it too, but I tend to catch better than average fish with this bait. That's this rod. There's a good one. That was a good bite. It hit the bottom and just started swimming. All right, you're about done. I got you, fella. Come on up here. All right. Man, what a great day. Throwing the old Magnum Rage Bug around, catching these special fish, these Florida Northern Crosses called F1s. I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than that. We appreciate you guys watching Mark Menendez Bass TV. We're gonna catch some more and show you again on our next episode. Y'all stay tuned for more fish catching on Mark Menendez Bass TV.
Mark Menendez Bass TV is brought to you by Skeeter Boats, Seaguar, Lose, feel the difference, Strike King Lure Company, Motorguide, never stop. Closed captioning provided by Die Safe.